no.
What have you been reading?
Oh, babe. Come on.
Is that white fragility or some bullshit like that?
That's not white fragility.
Well, that's the book. No. Is that where you're getting that from?
No.
But innately, like original sin, like we're toxically white-born racist?
Bill Maher invited Bryan Cranston onto his show, and honestly, this guy is one of the most insufferable celebrities the moment he steps off camera. Look, the acting, respect genuinely talented, but every single time he opens his mouth with an opinion, it's unbearable, no exceptions. And this sit down with Bill Maher is absolutely no different. It got so bad, so painful to sit through, that Bill Maher himself had to cut him off and put him straight. So let's jump into the clip where Bill Maher calls out Bryan Cranston for one of the most out of touch takes on white privilege you'll ever hear. Let's get into it.
Good question.
Yeah.
When you look at this guy's hat, Make America Great Again, what do you think about that?
Sweetheart, nobody has made more fun of Donald Trump than I have.
I know.
So you can't get me on like, I like Donald Trump. I don't like that. Okay.
I'm not saying
that.
And
I get your point. I've said it myself. Yes, Make America Great Again. I understand to a certain number of people, that's a dog whistle about America was better when it was whiter. I get that. Okay.
But I will, would you then also accept that there's a large swath of people in his camp and other people like him who have no clue that that's a dog whistle, that they think, oh yeah, Make America Great Again is for everyone. But when was it great? Let me ask you this. I know, oh God.
I mean,
making a big sigh. Come on.
No.
When was it great for African Americans in this country? When was it great?
Well, if you're applying for college now, I would say now.
So in our history, now it's great.
I didn't say great. It's never great for anybody fully.
Great for anybody?
Well, life is full of problems. So great, yes, if your life is great, you're very lucky. Most people would not say my life is great. Would you say your life is great?
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
Look, most Americans would say no, and that right there tells you everything. And I'm not trying to turn this into some motivational seminar, but at some point, people have got to start owning their own lives. Because here's what's really going on. So many people use politics as a crutch. They point at whoever's in the White House like it's their get out of jail free card for every problem in their life. Out of shape, blame the president. Broke, blame the president. Stuck in a job you can't stand. Going home to a marriage that's falling apart. Blame the president. That's it. That's the whole plan. And here's the hard truth. It doesn't matter who wins. No president is coming to rescue you from a life you built yourself. And that's exactly why we're going to keep seeing this back and forth forever. People elect the right, life doesn't change, they flip to the left. Life still doesn't change, they flip back. Spoiler alert. It's never going to change, because the problem was never in the Oval Office. It was never about which party took power. The problem is that people are sitting around waiting for a politician to fix something only they can fix. You're going to stay broke until you decide to stop being broke. You're going to stay miserable until you take a hard look in the mirror. But accountability, most people treat it like it's a dirty word. And until that changes, we're just going to keep spinning in circles, blaming whoever's in office for a life only we have the power to change.
I would.
Yeah, I mean...
And a lot of it has...
I'm glad for you.
And I've been privileged.
Yes.
Do you believe in white privilege?
I like the word advantage better. Because advantage is broader. Here's the reason why. When you say advantage, now, have I had advantages, especially growing up in, being again, we were born the same year, 1956. If you're born in that year, yes, you were a young person in the 80s, probably in the 80s, could I have been up for a job at a comedy club when I was working little comedy clubs, and there was a black comedian and they gave it to me instead because they thought I would do better being a white comedian, or that they were just maybe had racism in them. Yes, I think that probably could have happened, and that was wrong. Again, I didn't do it. We can't all be.
I'm not saying you're doing it. It's just recognizing that it exists.
I don't think I should be even questioned that I'm someone who doesn't recognize that it exists. Right. I have a pretty good record of speaking on the right side of civil rights issues. I just like to be real about where we are. And where we are is not where we were. And some people seem literally reluctant. It seems like they feel like the worse I think things are, the better person I am. That's what I get from a lot of the left, I think things are worse than you do, so that's what makes me good. And I just want the reality. I just want the truth. What is the truth of the situation? And again, I'm not decrying that these changes are made. I'm applauding it. I'm applauding it that it's great that if you're a black kid applying to college, yeah, you don't have to face discrimination like they used to. And very often those colleges and businesses also in America are trying to make up for their sorry past.
I think we're not.
And honestly, it's wild to even think about because, yeah, America has some real issues right now, especially when it comes to college admissions. That system is genuinely broken. But here's where it gets ridiculous. Bryan Cranston sitting there acting like minorities are getting the short end of the stick in terms of opportunity. Come on, man. When it comes to college admissions and job opportunities, minorities actually have more doors open to them than white applicants do right now. That's just the reality. There are policies, there are rules actively in place that force schools to turn away certain races to hit diversity quotas. Ivy League schools are rejecting highly qualified Asian students, not because they aren't good enough, but because there are already too many of them on campus. That's not equality. That's discrimination with a different label slapped on it, and it's happening constantly. And yes, technically Asians are a minority too, so maybe that pokes a small hole in the argument. But outside of the Ivy League world, non-white applicants have access to grants, scholarships, and programs that white students flat out don't qualify for. So how exactly are minorities supposed to be suffering when the system is literally built to give them a leg up? From a white person's perspective, the scales have actually tilted the other way. And yet here's Bryan Cranston, a white man, sitting on Bill Maher's show telling everyone how tough minorities have it. Bro, you're white. How would you even know? It's just insufferable, man. Completely insufferable.
I think it's I mean, yes. Are there factions that are on both extremes? Of course. But to say you're a liberal person, as I would consider myself, I think common sense is the law of the land. It's what should be. I think we are in a much better place than we've ever been before, as far as civil rights, as far as acceptance and
it's just, you know, the people who are running the world now are millennials and Gen Zs. They're not, I think you're thinking of your generation, and they are still in place in some places. They're certainly not all racists who are in place, but yeah, there are, you know, like I said, I don't know if we'll ever get rid of it completely, like any human flaw, but the people who are running things, you know, I just don't think that's their mindset is, let's be racist to people of color.
They don't understand it, but they are innately that way.
Innately?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
No.
What have you been reading?
Oh, babe. You know, come on.
Is that white fragility or some bullshit like that?
No, it's not white fragility.
Well, that's the book. No. Is that where you're getting that
no,
from?
No.
But innately, like original sin, like we're toxically white, born racist?
Not toxically, but you recognize your experience, and what we don't recognize often is the privilege that you said, the advantage. You look at Congress. Look at the makeup of Congress. You cannot deny that as older white men are the predominant factor in Congress.
I don't have the stats in front of me, but there's plenty of people in color in Congress, and yes, we are moving from a place where it was all white. We get it.
Yes.
But what direction is it going? And I'd like to see the numbers in Congress. Certainly in the Democratic Party, I bet you they're at least representative percentage-wise.
I would say so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Less so in the Republican Party, but I have to tell you, Republicans are doing better and better all the time with people of color.
I hope so.
Because the woke shit actually doesn't help any black people. See, to me, this is the difference between liberalism and wokeism. Liberalism is about lifting people up. Woke is just about self-loathing and hating yourself and scolding everybody and virtue signaling. It doesn't actually help anybody. Lifting people up who have gotten a bad shake in this country, who are for some reason downtrodden or have been cheated, absolutely. I've always been for that. But I don't think that's a lot of what's going on. And I think there are, I just look at the numbers from the last election. I mean, Trump, what would you think that he would get even one black or Hispanic vote, he got 20% of the male black vote. And he did better with Hispanics than he did.
And that's exactly what's happening. People are finally waking up to the fact that, as Bill Maher himself pointed out, the woke ideology is actually more toxic than just being a regular, normal human being. Guys like Bryan Cranston genuinely think they're the heroes of the story. They walk around convinced that privilege is invisible to them, so it's their personal mission to speak for everyone who doesn't look like them, assuming every single person is oppressed, every single situation is a crisis. And in trying so hard to appear enlightened, they end up doing more damage than good. Just be normal, man. If you see a real injustice, call it out. Absolutely. But when you're treating every single thing as an injustice, people stop listening. And honestly, you can't blame them. Nobody has the energy to be outraged about everything, every single day. At some point, it all becomes noise. So yeah, I'm genuinely glad Bill Maher is speaking up on this because somebody had to say it. Let me know down in the comments what you think about Bill Maher putting Bryan Cranston in his place live on the Club Random podcast. Do you think Cranston even realized he got shut down, or was he too far gone to notice? Drop your thoughts below. I want to hear where you guys stand on this whole Bill Maher versus Bryan Cranston situation. This one definitely sparked a conversation worth having.